Hello and welcome back to Self-Critical, where a group of agrophobic friends come together to RP actually going outside. I'm your humble dungeon master, Andy Priscilla. This is our heroic heroes. Say hello, heroic heroes.
Hello, heroic heroes.
After valiantly attempting to vanquish a bunch of rabbits, you have made your way across a swampy terrain on a rickety old raft with a Heron-gone brigand in tow, firmly and securely wrapped up in your bindings. You made your way across this swamp, and as the water levels were beginning to descend, you made your way up towards a slanty tower. And as you guys got over there, you began to notice, well, of the terrain features that you noticed, one of the things that you noticed was that something that didn't quite strike a familiarity at the bridge, but does now, is you see kind of like the water level. Like, where it's muddy and where it's not, and it looks like about 5 feet or so is how deep these waters do get. But as this raft is slowly sinking back to the muddy floor of this swamp, you see a crumbling tower that rises out of the swamp, leaning at such an angle that it threatens to keel over. Black brambles surround the base of the tower and cling to its lower half. Hanging from the crenellations on the tower, which is it looks sort of like the top of a parapet or a battlement.
Yeah.
On the lower side of the tower's peak is a large wooden basket at the end of a tangle of ropes and tattered fabric. The basket dangles 30 feet above the surface of the swamp. As this raft finally comes to a stop, and you can see this in front of you, I give you the scene of a tower and a basket way up high, just barely dangling, barely in view. You can see the bottom of this basket. You start to hear a little slight. Could you help? It seems like somebody's trying to get your attention way up there. What would you like to do?
Does it seem like there's a way for
When
them?
you do that, you don't do that. Keep it down. What would you like to do?
I was gonna say, does it look like there's a way where they can climb onto the tower and get out of the basket, just in case it does rope snap?
You can't really see them from this angle. They're in the basket, and because it's 30 feet up, you can only really see the bottom of the basket.
Okay.
The only reason why you even know someone's there is because you can hear like the slightest, hey, could you please?
Ooh.
And as that happens, like a little bit, like the very forest itself seems to activate a little bit. And it's like, oh, don't make too much noise.
I want to see if there's a way up to there, or a way to get up to there.
Okay, give me a perception check.
15.
15. Would anybody else like to make a perception check? Or do anything else while he's looking around?
I could fly up there and just see what's going on.
13.
Would y'all be okay with me flying up there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You begin flittering up, and as you're looking around at the base with a 15, the obvious things, the watermark, the brambles, the slanty in the tower, what begins to catch your attention, the thing that is more your wheelhouse, is the things that are not so apparent, the things in the shadows. Right, and so as you're examining the base of this tower, you begin to see a very distinct change in coloration around the base of this tower. Very large change in how things are colored. It looks to be like some kind of animal with a 15, but it's a lot of an animal, and it's not like legged or there's just a lot of it around this thing. you could tell somebody. You could try to give me maybe a nature check or survival check, see if you can figure out what it is, or you can ward stone, or you can see what happens when stone goes flying up. Your choice.
I just kinda let, them know that there's something over there.
What?
Don't look like
Okay,
you
okay.
need to be touching it. Kinda stay back and let's kinda all of us on the ground need to kinda probably try to
On
stay
the
up.
ground. There's water under us.
Oh, we're in the water still?
Yeah, we're on the raft.
No.
No?
The waters, as about an hour has transpired on this journey, you've heard the sucking and pulling as the waters have receded, and they finally, like just as you about get there, right? You saw previously some type of structure walking away, and it is now just back to muddy, swampy terrain. But the water is gone. You do not need the raft. You can walk around.
Okay, I'm gonna try to stay up.
Okay, give me a stealth roll.
Oh, I'm not stealth. That's a 7.
Okay. You want to fly up. Is there anything in particular you want to do? You just want to fly straight up to the basket.
Yeah, probably stay maybe about 10 feet away or so, just because they get hit me with no stick or anything.
Okay.
So,
You begin flying up, and as you do, you don't necessarily see anything in the brambles. You're not looking down. You're looking up. You want to see what's in the basket.
yeah.
So as you're cresting up to the top of it, you see what looks like a silver bird cage. It's a large silver bird cage, but inside of it is a fairy dragon, right? You know, about this big, right? But he has a very fine mustache. He has some gloves, like some type of sparring gloves, and the most elegant, teeny tiny sword on his hip. And as you come flittering up, he's surprised. He's like, I'm in a bit of a bind, as you can observe. I, Sir Talivar, as one of the Summer Queen's loyal servants, ask that you free me. You see, I was in the midst of a daring escape from the vile Balvorna Blightstraw when our balloon was set upon by an ill wind and sent plummeting to its current unfortunate location. My pilot, the honorable, as he points down, Wigglewog, excuse me, the honorable Wigglewog, he did not survive. And I have been trapped up here for quite a little bit now. Help me. I must tell the Queen of the Fall of Prismere. As you guys are waiting, as this conversation is happening, you hear the slightest raising of voices and the quieting, and as that happens with your 15, you start to notice like the slightest, like a little bit of a rustle, and that's when it becomes apparent with the ripple. These are two large constrictor snakes slumbering at the base of this tower, just seeming to be waiting. What would you like to do?
I'm going to roll an insight on that guy, what he just said,
Okay.
or if I can.
Go ahead, roll an insight check.
That one.
Yeah. He seems absolutely trustworthy.
So,
Trustworthiest man you've ever seen in your life.
This man is in a cage. He seems very regal.
I'm just curious why he didn't fly out if he's a fairy dragon.
He's in a cage.
He's in a locked bird cage.
Oh, he's in a locked
He's in a
bird.
bird
Yeah.
cage.
Oh.
And he's wanting her to release him.
so you said you know Belvana?
Yes, that vile hag, she
I'll just pass it over
captured
to
me
him.
whenever was trying to leave this place to tell my queen, she decided that that would not be a good thing to happen. And so my status in this realm was quickly taken away as I was placed within this cage. As you see him, he goes to like, he wants to like shake it, but like he knows he doesn't want to make much noise. And he huffs a little bit of like some type of like cloud type of smoke that kind of comes out of his fairy dragon nose. It seems to have no effect whatsoever. He's just more of in a huff at the moment. You are currently hovering at this basket. There are 3 of you at the base. 2 of you have not done anything. And you begin to hear the softest snoring. As it seems like your Herringone captor has
Like
peacefully
Adventurous Kit,
fallen
Thieves
asleep.
Kit. What?
I think it's adventure.
Never mind then. Well, don't you have an Adventurous Kit? Don't they have like a crowbar or a pry bar or something? Like you probably pop the lock if it has like a lock on it. Just, well, that'd be
I can't
loud
remember if I
though.
got thieves' tools or not though.
Why are we worried about being loud?
I'm talking about trying to get the guy out. So I was saying like if you had like a pry bar or
I know.
something.
Is your character wondering that, or are you wondering that?
I'm wondering, like, why do we need to be loud?
They
No,
discovered
I'm saying
there's
that might
two
be
Oh, I
loud.
know, I know.
Okay.
So,
I'm saying
character-
it might be loud. I don't know.
my player and character knowledge intertwines.
No, I'm just saying like
No.
in general.
I don't know if I really have a crowbar.
Well, an Adventurous Kit. It's whatever Andy says you have.
I took the priest pack.
A priest?
Yeah, he's got candles.
What do you
and
have?
stuff.
Some communion wine
He's
and
got,
a little.
he's got a priest pack.
Yeah, I took the priest pack, which doesn't have that.
What does it have? Some communion wine, some wafer cookies.
No, it's got like extra rations.
Holy
It's got
War.
candles for rituals and all that stuff. It's got rope. It's got a sleeping bag. Basically, the general survival tools besides like crowbars,
Crowbars.
picks, and all that stuff. But it's also got stuff that can help lighten the mood or spread the word. I mean, I can try to get you out. Not sure how really well it's going to work since my friend with the lockpicks is down there.
Oh, well, you see, if you're trying to just use a regular method, I unfortunately would have to tell you that Balvorna's rather tricky when it comes to the things that she treasures. It would seem no ordinary method would do anything to this lock.
What do you got?
Spell wise? I ain't got crap. That'll help. Because even with the.
Is he hanging from like a rope?
He is in a
Yeah, in a cage.
He's in the
cage
basket.
that is attached to the.
How is that rope looking? Does it like
Is
it's
it a
about-
rope, a
It's
chain?
very frail. There's sustained damage, right? It's not burnt or anything. There's a little fraying.
But it's a good chance if he moves too much, it could cause a little to.
Well-
About that time, you see the basket itself shift as one of the ropes does snap
Awesome.
as part of
Well-
the tower. Just
Hear me out.
phrase it enough.
I can
with
cast
the wind
levitate on it.
causing it to rock back and forth ever so slightly. That part of it does give way. It does look like if you did nothing, eventually this would fall.
I can cast levitate on it, and you can.
You're
like,
30 feet down there.
I can cast it 30 feet up. I've got to be within 30 feet. Or
Does
First
the
you can
cage
use
look
the
like
upper
it's
end.
mounted
Yeah,
to the
you up
basket?
there, that was
It
quite
seems like it's
fun.
just
I'm
tied
fine.
to a rope
I can.
Tied to it.
It's either
Sort of
60
like
or 30 feet.
a
In your condition,
sort of like a
I don't
free
think I
hand
want to.
within it.
Okay. And I know he's already bigger than me, pretty much.
He's about the same size. About the same size.
I don't know if I can bring him down by myself.
Nobody else has levitation.
Not necessarily levitation, as if we
You said
had
it was how far up above us is
about
he?
30 feet.
He's about he's in the basket. The basket's about 30 feet up.
Ooh,
What? What you got?
I do have a pocket of pixie dust.
Well, he can already fly. It's just
He's stuck in the cage.
yeah, the cage can't fly.
But if, no, we're trying to, if the cage, the rope that's holding the cage is breaking, we're gonna have to bring him caging all down.
That's what I'm saying. Levitate.
Do you got a rope?
Can you cast it on an object?
Yes.
Do you have a rope?
Yeah, I got a rope.
And is there a limb above him that he could tie the rope to and drop
Creature
down
or
to her?
object of my choice
There
within
is
six.
not a limb because it is hanging from the top, the under half of the top of the tower. Right.
Is there a way he can tie a rope to that so she can
Make like a-
climb up to it?
Make like a pulley system. Or something.
Uh,
Oh,
You have, unless otherwise stated, 150-foot length of rope.
Mm-hmm.
This tower is approximately 50 foot high.
Yeah.
You could try to tie it to something not quite all the way up. Or this basket is hanging about 20
Yeah.
feet down from the top.
yeah, and I get the whole rope thing. It's just my whole thing is getting up there and then trying to climb back down with that attached to you. It's
I
gonna
could
be
do it. I mean,
difficulty wise. Now I know you can carry it. Difficulty wise because you're going to have one grip on the cage and then one grip on the rope. You may slip and lose your balance. I'm trying to think of a safer option, which is probably the pixie dust.
I mean, pixie dust won't work on the
It only
cage.
works on a human, or not a human, but a creature.
That's what I'm saying. I was going to get one of y'all to fly up here and just carry it down. That way your hands are free. That way there's no.
How about I just levitate it down?
You're not up there at this point. That's why I haven't
I
thought
can-
about
I
it.
can-
The thing about
shoot
rope,
stuff.
you can push it over to the point he could see it and
Well,
because it
I know
levitates.
you have levitate.
Well, she can. I can tell her to say
I,
that.
what I'm thinking is, as my character is up there having this conversation, this
Okay.
is what he's thinking of.
Okay, well, I can tell Wendy that, and she can tell you that by mental communication.
and also, we have an extra piece of rope or no? Or do we only have the one?
We all got a piece
Well,
of
if you've
rope.
got a Ventures bag, or a Ventures
The priest pack does come with 150-foot of rope.
Cause I was gonna say, tie the cage around my waist and then I can come down with both hands.
About this time, the snoring behind you from your
God.
captured companion gets a little bit louder, loud enough that snakes begin stirring. It's about this time that you do see two large snake heads, boa constrictors, begin kind of looking up towards the basket and then looking in the direction of people softly speaking at the base of this hill and then back, or base of this tower, and back and forth to each other.
I see that, or they see that.
You all begin seeing.
Oh. So,
About this time, does
We
anyone
just-
else speak with animals or anything like that?
You don't, you're,
I know I don't.
I thought we. Oh,
I'm
no,
not a
we
druid.
did.
Well, that's okay because fortunately, as they begin hissing,
wait a minute, she does. Because
you
of
have
her,
to speak with animals.
yeah,
Well,
it's an
this might
action.
be a good opportunity to speak with animals.
Speak with a snake.
Yeah, speak up.
It lasts until a long rest.
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
That's long enough.
That's because it's her type of barbarian.
Yeah.
So do you cast speak with animals?
Yes.
So this hissing begins to turn into, at least for you being able to hear this,
I'm a
Delana,
snake.
Hey.
you do not appear to be forest animals.
Sure.
You
No.
Can we make
give
them German?
yourselves willingly as food, though?
No.
But you're here. We've come for him, but we cannot eat this one. You, however, you bring food, right? And about this time, you hear the other one
Ask
chime
him
up.
what he do.
It can be food, just don't make it the first choice. You are wise. You do bring food, yes. We are so hungry, we fell asleep. We might just have to eat this one. We should. He deserves it.
Ask him what they do.
Why does he deserve it?
Why
Keep
is
that down. You know Balvorna wants her prizes.
What did he do?
He escaped.
Escaped from where?
Our queen, Balvorna. She
So he
sent us
lied
to
to you.
retrieve him.
No, you didn't.
But it was so long of a trip, we just
yeah.
decided he's not going anywhere. We'll just wait till he comes to us. And then we'll retrieve him for Balvorna. You hear? Don't listen to them. Don't let them eat me. She's not the real queen.
Wait, what? Who?
And by this time you get down, you quiet, you. I am gonna eat you when you get down here.
Who is the
Oh.
queen then?
Are you asking? Who are you asking?
All of them to each
Yeah, yeah.
zone, their queen is the real queen.
No, that's true.
That's an issue. As I look down there and see the snakes talking, or
Well,
there, see him down there next to the party. Uh-oh.
There are options. You just
do.
have to pick something. What
Talk.
would you like to try to do?
What would you do as your character?
I was trying to think of. What?
what do you got?
I didn't know.
What
this
little,
time-
what little trinket or something did you get from the? Did you get anything pure? What do you do with some pure silver thread?
That's a good question. Unless I find someone who likes shinies.
About this time, you hear
Not
the one in the
raccoons.
back. What about the one sleeping? Ask if we can eat that one.
The bunny?
And about that time, you no, nope, ain't nobody asleep back there. You look. Give me perception checks.
Oh,
The one tied up? Oh, that's
10.
Oh God, no.
23.
17.
You turn, and the Harangon is not there. He's under the raft. You see him. He's like, ain't nobody asleep.
Where the fuck he go? Where the fuck he go?
I say we offer up the
The hair
rabbit.
gone?
Yeah.
I was thinking that, but do we really want to be that mean?
Is it really useful?
Let's put it like this: do we want to be eaten by giant snakes, or do we just want to be kind of evil?
Well, y'all be eaten by giant snakes. I'm in
Y'all,
the air. I'm in
but-
the air.
But is he of any use to us anymore?
have you seen a snake? They can climb up walls. They're just being lazy.
I have wings. I can fly. So I can get away from
We
it.
could tease him with it.
Well,
As you guys are discussing this amongst each other, you guys hear the other snake. It sounds really annoyed at you guys. It's probably aggressive. You're not sure. You hear, I just want to go eat. Can we just go eat something?
Tell them about the hobgoblins.
Just
It's all
give me,
like grabbing
just
the eggs.
let them give us one.
That'd be a
I saw something earlier. Let me just. I'll be back. I'll be back. And about
Tell
you,
them about the hobgoblins and the eggs.
not yet. We'll fold. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
I am checking something. Y'all
No, we
continue
saw
ahead.
some hobgoblins.
What would you like to do?
Yeah, we saw some hobgoblins
check-
collecting eggs. You can go after them.
We got lizards there too.
And lizards.
You see them kind of crane their heads, but they're probably so far away.
Ooh.
Yeah, they're lazy. What about the Haragon?
I have an idea. I'm not sure how well it works. Say our giant boa constrictors.
Mm-hmm. Don't get me eaten.
Thaumaturgy can make me produce a sound of like a raven or a bird from a point I choose. Now, whether or not it's a big bird is up to the DM's discretion. Yeet.
Anything, because we got to get them away from
There
them.
is a giant bird.
About this time, another rope begins.
Oh, God.
You can hear the fraying.
But we got to hurry. We've got to hurry and figure out something.
We
Hey,
got
guy,
something figured out, don't
how
we?
can we get you out of there?
Wait for the cage to go.
You're asking
The
up there?
caged guy. I can't ask the snakes.
Oh, yeah.
And the snakes ain't gonna tell you how to get him out of that cage. They're waiting to
Just
eat
cut
him.
that thing that's holding the cage up and dip it out towards him. He can levitate it and float it off out the way.
Wow, I said that earlier.
I know, that's what we said earlier. Let's just do it.
But maybe he might know how to get out of the cage since he knows we can't just pick the lock.
And it has to be.
Well, he
Some
can
type
figure
of
that
magic.
crap out later. We got.
We'll just drag him along in the
We're
cage.
fixing to be in a bad situation.
As the as the snakes are awake now and being quiet isn't exactly on the table, this fairy dragon, Sir Talavar, he begins to speak up rather hurriedly, realizing he is the one in the fulcrum of this predicament. Well, the key, it's the good news, not so good news. Balforna had the key. There's only one. It was stolen. Thankfully, she doesn't have it. But that's kind of also the problem. The rope finally gives way. It's sort of dangling.
Well, damn,
It's,
it sounds like you SOL then. All right, guys, let's go.
There was a goblin, Jingle Jangle. She loves keys. Keys everywhere. More keys than in all of Prismira's blocks. If anyone has it, she's the one who took it.
How would we get to the
All right.
jingle jangle?
Where will we even know where to
What the
find her?
She lives on a hill. It's not far. You'll
that
know
rope
it
ain't
when
gonna
you
last.
see it. Look for the footprints. It's just that way. He begins motioning you. Though you can't see past the fog, like there's sort of like a general direction where it's sort of like a kind of a path or some type of way of like it looks like things have gone in this direction. Not so much a road, but like it looks like things if was going to go maybe more of an easement, right?
I need to try and find the hot air
If
balloon.
anyone's going to have it, she
Hot air balloon
will.
crashed into it.
And you just
Doesn't mean it's
go
not
to the hill.
inoperable.
She's a wonderful goblin. It's just
Get down,
I'm
Tangle.
sure she would find
It's worth a
something.
try.
She'd be happy to
We have to
trade it
focus on
for
that.
you.
It's worth a
but,
try.
Focus on it.
At the moment, that's not so much my problem.
Problem is back.
I am safe,
All right.
more or less, but it's I don't know how long.
I'm going to send a message to them three. Get ready. I'm about to do something. It may work. It may not work. Prepare to run. So I'm going to fly up to the top of the cage as is dangling. Try to stabilize it. And probably about 2 or 3 feet above the top of the cage, I'm going to try to cut the rope and hold on to the other side and try to slow down the fall.
You are going to try to hold on to a cage as big as you.
I know it's going to fall.
Okay.
I'm just trying to slow down the fall.
Right. Are we casting levitate? Are we casting slow fall? Are we casting any spells in this cage? Are you just gonna be like, all right, I'm gonna just hold on to the rope and
I
trust
told
that
him to
it's-
get ready.
I'm gonna hold it.
I told him to get ready.
he should just try, seeing if the hot air balloon worked. You didn't say it was destroyed.
It
You
is
just said,
shredded.
okay, you didn't
Yes.
say all that.
There are tethered. There are ripped ropes, ripped fabric. It is destroyed.
See, I didn't tell him to cast levitate because I didn't know if he had levitate or if he had some other type of ability. So I didn't know exactly what it was. So I told them just to get ready.
Okay. You receive the message in your head. You have but 25 words to reply if you choose. Do you so choose to reply?
There ain't nothing really to say on that one other than
Why you gotta make everything so complicated?
So
We
tell
said
me
this
how you do this.
20 minutes ago.
Describe it to me, but describe it to me quickly.
Why you?
Don't go up to fly up to the top of the cage. Probably about 2 feet from where the rope is tied up to the cage. I'm going to take one of my arrow bolts or
Why
crossbow
did
bolts
we have to wait
and
so
try
long
to
for the damn snakes to wake
Yeah.
up for everybody to
And
get to what I said?
try to slice
As
it.
you begin to do that, he goes, "Oh, that will take forever. Take mine." And he pulls out this tiny, elegant sword. For you, perfect size.
Hey.
You use this to cut the rope. Quick, quick.
Okay. I'm gonna grab the sword,
Mm-hmm.
reach up and slice.
You cut the rope while you're holding on to it with your other hand.
Yes, I was.
So, sword in one hand, rope in the other. As you begin to float, the cage plummets 1 foot as it hits the bottom of the basket. A sigh of relief before the bottom of the basket collapses through and you through it. And we'll see what happens next on the next episode of Self Critical. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye. Bye.